Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first episode of Campaign Countdown, brought to you by the Chaffee County Democrats. We're going to try to do a entertaining and informative show every week between now and election time, and as you've probably heard, it's a pretty important election. I'm your host, Magic Steve from Salida Circus, and of course you know why they call me Magic Steve, because my name is Steve. This episode of Campaign Countdown is brought to you by Cheetos. This November, let's send a big bag of Cheetos home for good. All right, folks, that's the last we're going to pick on our poor beloved president. And in fact, we're going to have Mr. Donald Trump as our very first speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride to present the President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Mr. President, you said the virus was just like the flu.
No, I'm not
You did. You also said the virus could go away by April. No, sir. You said it would disappear like a miracle. Yes. You said only 15 people have it and it would go down close to zero. You did. You said chloroquine would treat it. No, you said we should try injecting disinfectant. You said anyone who needs a test can get one. You praised China for being transparent. You got rid of the pandemic response team. You ignored every warning throughout January and February.
Well, that was kind of fun. Once again, our beloved president showing himself to be a true master of the spoken word. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do on this episode is bring in some young politically motivated kids that are going to tell you why they got involved in politics. And this first young man, you're absolutely going to love him. This is Elijah.
Hi, my name is Elijah Dimonensko. I'm the youth organizer for Lori Boydston for HD60. I also work on a whole bunch of other campaigns, as well as I work with a whole bunch of other organizations, including the High School Democrats of America and the Colorado High School Democrats. Now, I was asked to answer the questions, why should young people care about this election, and how can we be more engaged? And the answer is, this election is our future. It's not just our future, though. It's our parents, it's our grandparents, it's our kids. That's something past generations have failed to recognize. We control the future, and we have to do better by them. So, what that means is voting in Democrats. That means we have to restore the soul of our nation and vote in Joe Biden. Because if we do not, Donald Trump will get rid of Social Security. He will defund Medicare. He will destroy our democracy. It is our job, it is our civic duty to defend this nation. And you can do that by voting. You can do that by working on campaigns. You can do that by getting involved with organizations. But it doesn't stop there. Go testify in front of your state house, your state legislature about a bill that you're passionate about. There are so many ways to be civically engaged and to make sure that your voice and the voice of millions of Americans are heard. If you feel like something's wrong, run for office. If you can't do that, back someone else who will. If you can't do that, find a way. There is always a way to do better. Not just for yourself, but for the country. We need to do better. 35% of Americans are 30 years old and under. We are the lowest voting turnout rate in the country. We need to change that. We need to change it now.
Well, thank you, Elijah. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce an amazing young lady who has been going out and being very, very politically active. She's recorded a nice little introduction for us. This is Ella.
Hi, my name is Ella Barnett. I am a Chaffee County resident and a recent graduate of Salida High School. I plan on attending CSU in Fort Collins this fall as a pre-med biology student. And I'm 17, which is actually really cool because in the state of Colorado, I was allowed to vote in the primaries as long as I'm 18 before the election. And I encourage every 18-year-old to vote in this election. We're trying to build a group of young voters to help put this election forward and make Joe Biden the President of the United States. Because if you don't vote for Biden, that's a vote for Trump.
Say something like,
Thanks, Ella. We always love hearing from you. This next gentleman I had the pleasure of meeting just a few weeks ago at a party event. His name is Martin, and he's got a few words to say about the upcoming election.
Hello, my name is Martin Lukey. I am speaking to you today to urge you to try to reach out to everyone you know to show up and vote at this next election, because one of the greatest problems that we have in American democracy right now is apathy. And the truth is that there are more people not voting today than there are who actually vote. So that means that the majority is not showing up. We need to give them, this majority, a reason to show up. In the case of the county commissioner's race, maybe we need to really talk about how important it is to have a Democrat on the commission so we can have some balance of power in representing this county. It's important that people understand that their vote really counts. And I think the only way to reach out is to talk to people honestly about how important it is to show up. Because really, 90% of life is showing up. And the only way to get rid of apathy is to get people to really think about it. Ask them, are you going to vote? Not who you're going to vote for, are you going to vote? After you get that answer, then you'll know what else to say. But I think all Democrats and Republicans need to start showing up so we can have a democracy again. Thank you.
Martin, thank you so very much for weighing in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce a man that I've really come to know and respect. He is our county commissioner, Keith Baker, and here he's just answering a few Q&As over a Zoom call. Ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on this race. This is a very important race, and we're going to talk more about it later, but this man deserves to be our county commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Keith Baker.
Broadband, or even if you call it that, in Chaffee County. Can you tell us what all you've done to move the needle and where the needle needs to go for broadband in every home in Chaffee County?
I keep working with our higher level legislators at both the state level and the federal level to improve broadband in rural areas. Every sort of funding bill that comes along, even COVID-19 relief bills, I try to get broadband cranked into those in any way possible, if it's grants, if it's incentives, what have you, because if we look at it like right now, we're doing things remotely. That underscores the need for good, reliable, high capacity broadband in rural areas, because that's the way we're doing business now. There's a whole data revolution going on now because of COVID-19. REI is going to sell a huge campus building that they've never even occupied and go to digital communications and digital business practices because they're seeing now that that's the best way to do things. And that's one thing that Chaffee County, we'd been working on trying to do things more remotely and more digitally in the past, but in another sense, we were kind of dragging our feet. So this forced us to make a leap to do things remotely and have online meetings and discussions and what have you. The good news is our broadband's been pretty reliable. The bad news is, as you say, Joanne, it's way under the capacity it needs to be. And St. Elmo just got some enhanced service through a grant program, but we're nowhere near what we need to be and able to do the kind of business and have the kind of throughput and the kind of productivity that we need to have. So I continue to use every opportunity to thump the table and say, we need better broadband. Now, something that everybody can still do. And I was touting this pretty highly for the past couple of years, is there is a mobile phone app, and you can use your iPad or any other mobile device to do it, which is test your broadband speed. And it also reports if you're in a place that doesn't have broadband service. It will collect that information, and the next time you get service, it will upload it. And the National Association of Counties is using that information to prove to Congress and prove to the administration, and whatever administration it is, whatever future administration it may be, that rural broadband stinks. And right now the industry reports itself. They say, oh, it's great, it's fantastic. Well, it isn't. You know that, I know that, we live with it every day. So if NACO can make that point with an accurate database, then maybe we can get some more things done.
Mr. Keith Baker, that man, he is truly experienced, and he deserves your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, I am Magic Steve from Salida, Colorado. I work with Salida Circus when they let us go out and perform live. Last year, myself and one of the other circus performers, Mr. Yurka, had the pleasure of going all the way back to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I had the honor of working with one of my favorite magicians, a man named Jeff McBride, in a show called Wonderground. I hope you enjoy this. We took Salida to Las Vegas, and I think we represented pretty well. Here's a little bit of my magic act from Las Vegas, Nevada. Magic Steve, Salida's own Magic Steve. I hope you enjoy this.
Salida Circus in Salida, Colorado. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Steve Cruceta!
Wow, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I am from a small town called Salida, Colorado. It's a town of about 5,000 people right in the heart of the Rockies, a little tiny town, and we love to travel because it allows us to experience things like running water and electricity and cable television and audiences with most of their teeth. That's the main thing. I'm going to do a little magic. My name is Magic Steve. Why do you think they call me Magic Steve? Just yell it out, huh? Because I do magic? No, it's because my name is Steve. My other job, I'm known as Plumber Bob. I have so much more fun as Magic Steve. I have actually asked a couple of people to come up on the stage with me, so if you'll give them a big round of applause. They didn't know they were going to be in show business. This is Kat over here. How are you, Kat? Come on up. And this is David. And this is David's lovely mother, Noble. How about a big hand for these guys for helping us out? Can I give you a hand? All right, I'm going to have you guys just stand there and face the audience. That's these people over here. You're going to know it's an audience because later you're going to hear them yawning a lot. Do me a favor, Kat, if you don't mind. Do you want to see the greatest magician in the state of Colorado right here, right now? Well, he didn't show up today, but we got Magic Steve, Noble, and that's what matters the most. Do me a favor, put out a hand like that. Okay, now when I do that, I want you to grab me like this and like that, top and bottom. Can you do that for me, Kat? Okay, great, perfect. Squeeze really tight. Okay, when the fingers turn blue, you want to relax just a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, hang on. Now, Kat, it's a classic of magic. I call it the vanishing handkerchief. And Kat, the reason we call it the vanishing handkerchief is because the handkerchief is going to vanish exactly. Give her a big hand. She had no idea there was going to be a test. Okay, for the record, we would have accepted vanish, disappear, and or go bye-bye. All acceptable answers. Watch very carefully now. We're in any sleeves. Kat's holding on tight, so when the handkerchief vanishes, the audience is going to go crazy with applause. But Kat, don't let go. Don't let go, Brad, because the magic is just beginning. And Noble, you might not have heard it there, but Noble said, and I quote, "Oh my God." And trust me, that's going on my resume Monday morning. Now here's the thing, Kat, even though we're working with people 40, 50 feet away, this is a close-up style of magic. Not wearing any sleeves, Kat's holding on tight, and the magic handkerchief. We'll wait. I don't mind if you, okay, thank you. And again, oh my God, that is awesome. Okay, you can let them out. Thank you, though. Kat, everybody wants to know where the handkerchief goes. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to pull it over my hand like that. Just say stop anytime. Reach up, make a hole. You know right where she did that? That's exactly where the handkerchief goes. That's the expression we love in this business. That's why we do these things. Kat, you've got two awesome hands. You've got the cookie hand and the milk hand. Take the cookie hand, wave it over the handkerchief, and the magic of Miss Kat makes the handkerchief vanish, and the audience goes literally lukewarm with a hectic response. 90% 90% of the time when a handkerchief vanishes, it goes up the sleeve. That didn't happen today. Not wearing sleeves and Cat was holding on tight. Sometimes it goes in the pocket, sometimes it goes in the vest. Cat, I'm a weird magician. When I make something vanish, it goes to a weird place. You ready for this? No. No more. We had a nice little magic trick going. It got weird there at the end. The other night in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Magic Steve from Salida, Colorado. I am so blessed to travel all over the place performing magic for awesome audiences just like you guys. And I did that trick for a kid up in Vail, Colorado about 3 years ago. And he looks at me and he says, Steve, that was a pretty cool trick. But he said, you had the handkerchief in the mouth the whole time. Isn't that crazy? What I tell people is if you have an ego or even a tiny bit of self-esteem, try doing magic tricks for little kids in Vail, Colorado. They will take care of that right away. But I'm going to go ahead and repeat the trick, but I do want this to be totally fair. Can we all agree as an audience that I do not currently have a mouth full of handkerchiefs? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to repeat the trick after I seal the vault. Very carefully, okay? Too much. Very. Just get right into it. Alright. Very good. I don't want you to go like this. Look at a tuck. There you go. Tuck away. That's a tuck. Tuck for the teeth. Alright? Okay, that's perfect. Really deep, okay? Super deep, okay? One more time, tuck. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. How about a big hand for my helpers for helping me out? Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Cat, sweetheart. Nobody leaves Magic Steve's performances without a valuable present, okay? So I want you to take that and I want you to remember me forever. Or you can throw it in the garbage can on your way out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever meet my parents, do not tell them what I'm doing for a living. They think I spent all that money on law school. You guys have been so much fun. Have a wonderful night. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Steve Cusetta! And the third time for Steve Cusetta! Because why get only one?
Well, that was a lot of fun for me, and I sure hope you enjoyed it. Folks, that's our very first episode of Campaign Countdown. We're going to do this every week until Election Day. We always want to have a little fun, a little information. There's going to be a more jam-packed episode next week. Thanks for being with us. Hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye.